Hey, it's Captain Roger. Let's go for a walk. So, as we've been working on our walking through the Bible as we walk with God, we've come to the end of Genesis, and I gotta tell you, the first 4 books of the Bible are actually designed to tell one continuous story. When you read them in ancient Hebrew, the language they were written in, you see they actually flow from one right into the next. In fact, the first word of Exodus is the same as the first word of Leviticus, which is the same as the first word from the book of Numbers. And it's the word "and," as in, that happened, and now this. Now, Exodus is a lot like Genesis, in that it's about people learning how to walk with God. But instead of a story spread out across generations, it's a story about one particular generation, which the first sentences of the book skip by, or skip to, by skimming over about 400 years of history in just a few words. See, Israel's children, they kept growing in number, so much so that after a while a king came to power who was alarmed that there were so many people of foreign descent in his country. But he was afraid to turn them out because he thought they might join with his enemies. So he declared them to be slaves instead. But it turns out slaves can still make babies, so the population continued to grow. So Pharaoh called in 2 of the leading women responsible for the Hebrew midwives in the country, and he demanded that they spread the order to kill any boys as they were born. Now, they didn't do this. These 2 women, their names were Shiphrah and Puah, they wouldn't do it. Why not? Well, because they walked with God. We're told it was because of their respect for God that they refused to do what they were told. And then we're told that God blessed them with families of their own because of their obedience to Him. Which led to the Pharaoh, the Egyptian king, deciding to order that all newborn Hebrew boys should be tossed into the Nile to die. Another touching story. Now, there is a lesson in this. The first and most important lesson is that sometimes walking with God means you're going to be going against the flow. And that's not comfortable, and it can even be dangerous, but it's still the right thing to do. Also, some people even hate the idea of walking with God. To them, the fact that you would choose to go alongside God is somehow a challenge. It's almost like they think they're losing something by allowing you to continue in peace. And such people very swiftly turn to name-calling, condemnation, and even violence. And none of those things is part of walking with God. God, who is constantly encouraging us to live together and build community with one another. It took knowing God, walking with God, and listening to God for these 2 women to have the strength to do the right thing. And you know what's great about that, though? They were able to set an example, not just for the people that they worked with, but for us, even now. They showed us how we can walk with God and do the right thing. Think on that for a bit while I think about how I'm going to finish my walk. I'll see you tomorrow. Grace and peace to you.